Welcome. Hope you guys can hear me fine. Facebook Live. It's been a few weeks since I came online and did the live. Let me see if I can actually hear me. Hope you guys doing really well. Let's see who we got here. Anybody is here today to watch this live. Some of you guys gonna watch it later as well, which is cool. You're gonna watch the replay. If you're watching the replay, let me know you're watching the replay. Just put a hashtag replay at the bottom. Today we're gonna chat about what you must do, what you must do, or must focus on to grow your business, right? Um, this is one of the biggest thing, right? So you all know by now is wherever the focus goes, energy flows, right? That's the way it works. If you're not focusing on the right thing, means that you might be focusing on the non important stuff today, and we really want to look at it. What are you focusing on? Some of you guys, and if I know you really well now, focusing on the damn shit, which is not really important, right? And You must know that what you should be working on, because if you are one of those people looking to take a business to the next level, the business growth require your 100% attention, 100% focus, and that's a given, right? People don't get what they want because they just approach is very scattered. They do this, they do that, they do that, or they're probably working on 50 different things, and this is why you must know this. Adding more things to the list of doing it doesn't help. I don't know where this thing come from 50, 60, or 100 years ago, when we started to talk more about multitasking, which is the worst thing ever, right? Unless you're a woman, you can't multitask, right? So men are not designed to multitask. Don't work on it because it works against you. Women, yes, biologically you are prepared for that, because you need to know when you're cooking if the kid's crying. You must know that men have no clue, right? So which we are not equipped with in our body. So women are. You can multitask because you can hear the son crying or the kid crying in the other room while you cook as well, while you're working as well. So you work really well with that. We as a masculine men are worse in this multitasking. So if you're one of those people who try to do many things at once, you must focus on something which is important. So today we're going to look at it. What do you must focus on, right? And it's important. So if you want to grow your business, you want to take your business to the next level, you must know that what is the main important thing. What is the number one thing for you to work on in your business? So let me give it to you, right? Let me give it to you. You must work on, you must work on direct ways to acquire client in your business. You must work on direct ways to acquire clients. So the reason I said direct ways, some of you guys have indirect ways of acquiring clients, right? I'll give you an example, because I've spoken to you guys, and after speaking to so many, you guys filled out the forms for me when we were doing the 21 5-day challenge a couple of weeks ago. So you've given me all that information. So what I discovered while I was going through that, you have this story made up. This is a huge story made up in your own mind that when you do this, that's going to help you get clients. Like, for example, when you have this website running, then you're going to be able to get the clients. When you have this going, then you're going to be able to get the clients. So it's a very huge story, and it's a story in your mind only. It's not out there. It's just in your mind. So my suggestion would be, find a way to acquire a direct clients, right? Say, for example, having a strategy call with somebody, because that's the place you're going to make your offer. So that's what it does to acquire a client directly. Or if you are in part of anywhere in an event, you put your stall at somebody's workshop or an exhibition, and people walk through that and they asking you, what do you do? And that's the place you can make offer. That's the direct way of acquiring clients. Everything else made up stories, like you want to have your website done, you want to have your banners done before you can have a client, or you want to have your 6-week or 9-week or 12-week program done before you can acquire a client. These are indirect ways. So my suggestion would be, you must be working on direct ways to acquire clients. When you work on direct ways to acquire a client, your mind will start to find direct ways to get them. See, the reason you don't have clients today, if you are in that space, if you are having this problem, the reason you don't have clients or not enough clients, because you are not making enough offers. You're not telling a lot of people what do you do. Because you're not telling a lot of people what do you do, they have no clue what do you do, if you could solve their problem or not, right? So it's like doctor doesn't have to tell you or sell you a Panadol when you have a headache, right? So doctor doesn't do any of the selling. So it's really important for you to know this in your business, that you must work on direct ways to acquire clients, and what can you do in your business so that you can make more offers, right? The worst thing in any business today, including any business, right? So whether it's you are running one person coaching business, or you have 50 people employed, right? The worst thing in any business is not knowing where your next client's going to come from. This is the worst thing ever, because if it's your problem, if it's your business today and you have this problem, you don't know where your next client's going to come from, I really have the solution for that, right? If you're wishing that you want to know that where you don't know when your next client's going to come from, we have a solution for this. So we're running the fast growth workshop, which is on 16th of August. Come and check it out. If you haven't looked at it yet, come and check it out. We're going to talk about this really step by step, right? Really important for you to know. You must know where your next client's going to come from and how that client's going to come from. You might not have the process sorted yet, but once that's working, you'll have the clients coming in very quickly, right? So really important. The worst thing ever in any business is not knowing where your next client's going to come from. If you have that problem, if you're going through this problem that you don't know where your next client's going to come from, we have a solution for that. We have a solution for that. So come and check it out, our workshop. I'll love you love to walk you through for 4 hours or 5 hours. We're going to go through step by step how you can actually acquire clients and how do we do it. Not only me, everybody else in the business, how they do it as well. So very important, right? So if you are suffering with this problem, we have a solution, right? But you remember that, right? So as I said earlier, when I started this live, is you must work on a process within your business to acquire, or direct ways to acquire clients, not indirect ways, not the stories which you've been telling yourself when you have a program, then you're going to have a client. Nah, not those stories. You must work on direct ways to acquire clients. Everything else is a story made up in your mind, that you just made up this story that you might have this client because of this. If you go and speak to 5 people, if you go and tell 5 people and have a strategy call and speak to them and tell them what you do, that is the direct way of getting clients, right? Everything else is indirect. Maybe like you want to build your website before you acquire a client. That's just indirect way. So find a direct way to acquire a client. The worst thing you could ever do in your business is not knowing where your next client's going to come from. That is the worst thing, right? And business doesn't work like that. Job is the best place for the people who are looking for security. If you're one of those people who just need a security, go back to job, work for somebody else. It's easy. But if you want to create a predictable business, you must have a predictable way of getting clients. If you don't get that predictable way of getting clients, each time you're sitting and praying for it, that might work a few times, but it won't work all the time, right? So just make sure that you work on direct ways to acquire a client. Very, very, very important, right? Everything else is a waste of time. Anything you think about your need is a waste of time. Means that you're working on operations of the business. You're trying to fix your website. You're trying to fix your programs. You're trying to fix something which is part of the operations, which you only can use when the client is onboarded, right? Anything you working on can only be used or can only be used when client is onboarded. That's a waste of time. You must work on finding ways to acquire clients, how you can onboard them, how you can actually take them through the process to help them, right? Before that, if you're working on something, is just a waste of time. Work on the client acquisition strategy. What's your client acquisition strategy in your business? If you know that step by step, that's your business goal, right? That's you must be focusing on. Everything else is a waste of time. Everything else is a waste of time. Work on the client acquisition strategy. That's your number one focus, because you must know where your next client's going to come from. You must know where your next client's going to come from. For us, it's really easy, because each time we run a workshop, each time we do an event, each time we do a webinar, each time we do any of those events, that's our client acquisition strategy. We know that my next client's going to come from there. Everything else, yes, it happens. We also get clients from external as well, which are not directly related to what we do, but that's a bonus, right? We never say no to that, but that's a bonus, right? I've got so many clients coming from indirect ways now, because that's just a bonus that comes, but you must know the direct way as well. Hope this was helpful. Go and find a way, a focus on that, how you're going to acquire the client in your business. What is your client acquisition strategy look like? Not a story which you're going to tell your mind that, all right, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to do this 50-day course first and build and work on that course. Then I'm going to work on finding a client. That is not the way to go, right? Because after 50 days, you're still at step one. Right. So remember this, right? So very, very, very important. So thank you. And I'll speak to you guys very soon. If you want to know what we do in our business, check it out. I'll click the events on the left-hand side of this page on the group. And we got the events coming up. Register for that event. Love to see you guys there and walk you through the process which we use in our business and in our clients' business as well. Right. All right. Have a good day. Enjoy your weekend and have fun. And find it. Find your client acquisition strategy. See you guys.